Injecting cosmetic peptides into his underage girlfriend sparked concern over safety, consent. Whoa.
You smashed your face in, and what'd you do after? Like, you went to the doctor and they reconstructed you, or?
No. So just small microfractures, and the bone grows back stronger according to what's wrong. So like I'll just lay down in my bed and brace my head so that there's no CTE, and then smash my zygos so that they grow. Yes.
To make sure he also has the maximum peakness of himself, he just takes a cool, calm little bit of.
I spammed a combination of Adderall and for appetite suppression, and I literally went on a 3-day fast and stayed awake the entire time.
The Looksmaxxing Epidemic by Tommy NFG. There are people out here taking crazy drugs, not eating, doing all types of shit just to look good. You want the real answer to looking good? You want the true and real, honest to God, the only thing you ever need to look tippity top? First things first is you need to become a Discord moderator. That unlocks the first step of looking good. Second up, you need to go on 4chan for at least 4 hours a day and type in multiple forums. Third, you need to be able to meet at least 4 times a day and still have some left over. 5, you must be a peeping Tom to your friend's mom. All right, you need to put drill holes in her bathroom. You need to be watched. And you're thinking, why that? Well, that helps your eyes become strong. And then the typing in the 4chan helps your fingers become strong. And this area here, all that gets built up. So that is why. All right. And then number 6 is really the last step. You need to chew on tobacco all day, and that is clearly for your jaw action.
The red pill community's blow up happened a couple of years ago, and at this point I think we could say it's fully dead. The leader of it, Andrew Tate, is now shilling trash crypto websites daily on Twitter to make ends meet.
Zero knowledge proof privacy solutions are basically the only way for you to make transactions, enjoy crypto, and not worry about future AI algorithms scanning the blockchain and hitting you with an indictment.
Same man who said owning cryptocurrency was gay a couple of years ago, by the way. Sneeko has become a full devout Muslim and this year denounced the red pill community and what it was. Only a couple of years ago, he was yelling to the camera that everyone was brainwashed and in the Matrix. And Myron Gaines has become...
I mean, in Sneeko's defense, he is pretty young, to be honest. He's still trying to figure himself out. I mean, just being real. This guy, on the other hand, he just...
a full-on racist and Triple K member. He's trying to become the new Charlie Kirk by debating college kids on campus. And it's led to some pretty embarrassing moments.
So, are your views on women based on data or personal rejection?
Here we go, the whole you're an incel thing. Okay.
Because on a podcast about 2 months ago, didn't you just say you got your first girlfriend and you're like 30?
Oh.
Wow, she really thinks that's a known.
He should have ended the whole series right there. Now that the red...
I mean, she did kind of cook you. She did. I don't know how you up here talking about people getting girls that you can't even keep a girl. That's never made any sense to me. If you do not have a wife, like actually are partnered up, bro, the relationship topic is off for you. I don't even care if you slay a woman left and right. That's a different conversation. It's not the same one. But if you can't keep one, just stop. Stop. That's not the same conversation. She's slaughtering you out here.
It's gotten replaced with an entirely new chronically online group. And that's the Looksmaxxing community. You may be asking Tommy, I thought Looksmaxxing has already existed for a while now. And you wouldn't be wrong. A couple of years ago...
I've been mewing, bro. That's that Mew action. What y'all know about the Mew action? You know.
Around the same time Andrew Tate and the whole red pill movement was blowing up, Looksmaxxing was right next to it. At the time though, the red pill movement was so big that it completely overshadowed it. People were more interested in seeing dudes yell at tables full of OnlyFans girls for 5 hours a day at the time, I guess. Now that everyone finds that cringe, people have latched on to Looksmaxxing and there's a couple of faces to it. With the biggest face of it being a streamer called Clavicular. And you know, off looks alone by seeing him, I think most people could say that he's a pretty handsome guy. Dare I say, proof that Looksmaxxing isn't a joke
looks like Clark Kent.
People if they actually put effort in it. The only problem with it is how he got there and the stuff he's informing people about it to get his look. And this isn't even talking about all the controversies he's had as a streaming personality alone.
Injecting cosmetic peptides into his underage girlfriend sparked concern over safety, consent. Whoa.
Which we'll get to. Just looking at this picture though, I want you to guess how old you think he is. Most of y'all might say early to mid 20s. Maybe he's 30 and looks max like crazy the past couple of years to look younger than he is. Kind of giving the vibes of the new Superman actor David Cornsweet, who is 32. But no, Clavicular as of right now is 19 years old. When I learned that, I was shocked because I thought Looksmaxxing was supposed to make you look the best at your age. Or if you're older, make you look younger than you are. So learning he was 19 surprised me, and he wants it that way. It makes sense he looks way older than that after telling people he started taking testosterone at 14.
Oh my God.
I thought, why would I work out as a natural, take years to make the progress that I can make in months? It didn't make sense to me at all. I was never worried about side effects. I was just worried about progressing, right? So that's kind of always been my mentality. I'm all or nothing with everything that I do, and I just needed to do it.
But what like living, like I understand you want a good life and maybe not a long one, but like what if you just have a heart attack one day? Like from the overuse of these types of drugs, man. You're 19, like you're early in the game, bro. That's like when you're 30 and maybe the gains stop hitting. That's when you start on TRT. But like 14?
I'm imagining his 14-year-old self in class looking like The Rock while everyone looks their age. This 100% is his parents' fault because the only person that could give you something like that as a minor is a doctor with parental approval. And even then, it's super rare for doctors to give testosterone to minors because it can completely up your puberty process. Maybe I'm being too mean to the parents. In the interview, he said his parents would try to stop him from sneaking the needles in the house, but eventually gave up. Like, what do you mean they gave up? If it was my parents, they would have
whooped my ass
to Africa and had me grow up there.
Oh God, nigga, what the fuck you mean they gave up? He said, he's a lost cause, man. He's a lost cause. We can't help him anymore, honey. Just let him take his own path. What the hell you mean, bruh? He's injecting drugs into himself. And I doubt he even understood the depth of the side effects at age 14. He said, I can get big. I can get big.
Your body has its natural process for a reason, and you're pretty much throwing in a car at 95 miles per hour.
14 is crazy, bro.
The
You're
average
still
person knows not to do something like this, but in his words, he's not really a longevity guy. Whether that means his face turning into mush after 5 years, or having the testosterone overwhelm his body to the point of having a heart attack hit him at the ripe old age of 24. To him, it's all about reaching his max looks potential now. I don't understand it though, because with how he looks now, he probably could have achieved a lifelong look like that with a couple of years of locking in. Even after 1 year for real, he could be 70% there. He also does some other extreme things to keep his look, like bone smashing. And I don't mean smashing your bones in place with a hammer to the face to make your jaw look better. Oh,
so wait. What is it? What?
Oh, that's literally what it is.
What?
Wait, you did? Yeah, I bone smashed, yeah.
You smashed your face in, and what'd you do after? Like you went to the doctor and they reconstructed you, or?
No. So it's just small microfractures and the bone grows back stronger according to
calcium.
So like I'll just lay down in my bed and brace my head so that there's no CTE, and then smash my zygos so that they grow. Yes.
That is dedication to the craft, bro. Like that is truly dedication to the craft. I'm not sure whether to be concerned or impressed that you would go this far just to look like Clark Kent. That is insane. At 19, you didn't think to try anything else first? That's the old woman do when they think you're crazy and they don't want to provoke you, right? They're like, this nigga's wild. They're like, he might beat me, bro.
This cannot be normal.
Yeah, anybody watching me, I'm gonna go ahead and put a disclaimer to say, do not do this. People actually think this is what got him from this to this. Like, you got people in his comments saying, no way, bro. That's all it takes to look like my gold clavicular and Marlin? I'm walking to my dad's toolbox, grabbing the biggest hammer he has in it and doing that to my face every day for 30 minutes.
Oh my God, you know kids are gonna do it too. Like a 12-year-old is gonna fucking hear that and be like, yo, that age 12 to like 16 is where you're mad kind of confused about yourself, right? Maybe people in school have told you looked weird. Maybe you just feel like you do. So you'll try anything to just look good, to maybe get a girl's attention. And if they hear that, instead of maybe like exercise, or honestly at the end of the day, accept some of the things you have and use them to your advantage, kids gonna be smashing their heads in bed, bro. Oh my God, dude. I actually look weird, bro. So do I. But like, baby, these juicy lips is here for a reason. I said, bend that ass over and let me lick on it like it's seasoned. Sorry, bad joke. Anyways.
It's scientifically proven, by the way, that this does nothing for your face. Other than potentially give you nerve damage and bruises.
Dude,
and,
that's
you know, just put your face basically forever and have the bones crack. His looks right now are purely from going through puberty and being locked.
Like, I don't know how you looked at 14. I don't know how you looked at 16, to be honest, so I can't call it. But like, bro, if I was to Looksmaxx, I better actually look like Clark Kent. My jaw? This baby better be like Quagmire's with how freaking lined it is. If I'm willing to smash my face, I better look like the ultimate man standing next to anyone else. Not like no offense to you, bro. You look great, but like, not like you look, Max. You just look like the average model. Honestly, in the model world, below average. Bro, my jaw better be popping out the seams, son. Oh my God, it's the nigga chin. That's what they would be saying about me.
In the gym with the mix of have the bones crack. His looks right now are purely from going through puberty and being locked in the gym with the mix of testosterone being injected. And people will try to say since he turned 18 last year, he was fully done with puberty, and it can't be that. But it's proven by science that even though most of your puberty will be done, you can still have things happen after the age of 18. Just talking off of my experience, I was not able to grow a beard after 18. It only started really growing last year. Also,
be honest, you started eating ass. Tell me. Don't fucking lie and said, oh, it started growing. You know what you was doing. And we all know the rule. They just don't say it out loud. Just say it so everyone in your audience understands what needs to happen. Let me stop for niggas out there. Wait, what?
So a ton of people get adult acne like I did, so that's still not a good excuse. To make sure he also has the maximum peakness of himself, he just takes a cool, calm little bit of
I spammed a combination of Adderall and for appetite suppression, and I literally went on a 3-day fast and stayed awake the entire time.
With the usage, he does advise people not to do it, but my that, because why are you doing it? And the question is, how is he casually finding a dealer to hand them out?
That's what I'm saying.
In his circle, and he's heading to the closest penitentiary next to him. The problem, no matter how much he advises his young fans to not do this,
they're not gonna listen to that, bro. All they thinking of is tomorrow. How I can get that girl tomorrow. How I can get people in a group to like me tomorrow. At that age, you have no concept of side effects at that age. At 13, 14, when you hear this? Oh my God. Someone yesterday said, I'm too fat, I'm too chubby. So all I have to do is take the M word and that other thing for 3 days and I can look fantastic. You know what? I think my aunt does that stuff. I think I heard she sells it. Maybe I should hit her up. Gang!
Things he's doing is that no matter what, you're easily swayed at that age. A lot definitely look up to him as the cool dude that's pulling girls on stream at parties. So there's no doubt in my mind some kid out there probably took their first huff of meth off of his advice. You know it's bad when even Andrew Tate didn't go this far. All he said is get in the gym, get money, and don't be fat. He also has a main shtick where he rates people and tells them exactly what they could do to fix their face. And it's not just you're a 1 out of 10 because you're chopped or a 9 out of 10 because you're fine. He will scientifically break down what's wrong with your face and which feature you need to improve, which comes from a lot of the Looksmaxxing forums where they study this like it's the Bible. On these forums, from what I've heard, it's absolutely brutal. Like, you could be a 10 out of 10 looking guy and they are not rating you good. They be on there learning things that could be improved that even doctors have never heard of. And I'm coming to realize I'm a 22-year-old man talking about Looksmaxxing forums and how they work. We all are genuinely the most useless generation of all time. How is this even a community?
I don't want to hear that shit. They had hentai in 1980s, bro. Trust me. Trust me. We ahead of the game. They had hentai before internet. Niggas was beating they meat to anime anime characters before they made the internet. On VHS tapes, they was going into Blockbuster, buying VHSs and beating it to that shit. I don't want to hear nothing. Nothing from you old generation niggas. You were weird. I don't think I didn't hear about your freak parties down there in Atlanta either. Y'all not slick. Oh, you guys are so over-sexualized. Nah, y'all were freaks. Y'all were freaks. Nah, you're not fooling me. Diddy's from your time, not ours.
20s, they were working the most useless generation about Looksmaxxing forums and how they work. We all are genuinely the most useless generation of all time. How is this even a community? In my parents' 20s, they were working hard and studying endlessly, 7-day work days just to make it to this country. And in my 20s, I'm talking about Looksmaxxing and mogging on YouTube. Anyways, here's the clips I was talking about.
Okay, so, you know, you have very recessed infraorbitals, right? Lacking eye support, and your supers are pretty high. Your jawline, your gonial angle is very, very high as well. Okay. Which means your jaw's slightly downgrown. It's not very angular. You know, you've got inward gonians.
It's a lot to tell me I'm ugly.
Your alar base, which is like the width of your nose. Yeah. Suboptimal.
I didn't even know half of those terms existed until I saw that video. And his fans will literally run up to him on the street and ask him to rate them, which I'm not sure why they do that. It's one thing having a call me chopped, but it's a whole other thing having my
analyze your
structures broken down on how right they are. The sad thing too is he probably got into this when he was a teenager and was very insecure about himself. And it started off normal until it spiraled into what he is now. Like anybody watching this right now who may be insecure about themselves, whether it be weight or how you look, if you're not hitting the gym, just hit the gym and lock in on your diet and you'll be 90% there. There's not a single person in the world.
It's really food though. Don't take my advice, really. I'm not a fucking gym head or a gym rat or a health expert. But your food matters more than exercising. Exercising is important for getting cut and like looking good, but you can't outrun food, unfortunately. One bar has like 200 calories. That takes 2 miles to run on a treadmill. You can't outrun your food. So eat well first. Exercising is a plus. But yeah. Anyways.
Getting into the gym made them worse. And for face, if you have stubborn acne like I did, then get some Accutane prescribed and you'll be set. Accutane gotta be top 5 drugs made by God of all time. And you don't even gotta take it forever. I took it for 6 months and I was good. Maybe Looksmaxxers wouldn't say I'm even 20% there, but I'm happy with my glow.
Damn, son!
I was good. Maybe Looksmaxxers wouldn't.
Damn, son! Hold on. My boy said I'm Himothy now. Nah, you came up. You came up. You know what it was? I think the afro was really holding you back, bro. I think it was running grease down your face, which was making the acne grow for real. I ain't gonna hold you. Now, you could pick me up at a bar.
Say I'm even 20% there, but I'm happy with my glow. Doing these type of methods and procedures is never gonna fill the void, and with Clav, I fully believe he'll just keep pushing it and pushing it. And people are already saying all these pills and drugs are backfiring on him, because in a live stream he did, his face was looking a little not in the best condition. Might be the finally catching up to the bloodstream. Like I said earlier too, there's some reasons people don't like him as a person, and one is he leans on the more edgy side of content. In his streams, he'll say and even wears a hat with it written on. He states he's not actually racist and just wears it because he thinks it's funny. I don't get the appeal of this though, because as someone who's been getting called the hard R since I was a kid on the internet because it's the internet, I'm not offended, I just find it more
suspicious.
Cringe. Like racist people will say it on Twitter or something, thinking a black person's gonna jump out the screen and lash out and start beating them up. Black people are used to it though. You just end up coming off corny and cringe. And I assume too, let's say an example is I'm wearing a hat with a slur against Asian people. I presume most of my Asian viewers wouldn't be offended and probably just find it corny. The only people I can see laughing at what he does is some 12-year-old white kids in the suburbs of Utah being like, no way, he just said the word. He can't say that. Can Can we say that now? That's my goal. The whole Looksmaxxing community as a whole also does have a hint of racism in it. It all operates off edits and creators, and anytime there's an edit of a black person who's Looksmaxxing, they'll either say it doesn't matter because they're still black or that black people can't Looksmax. Racism is so crazy because you can't even admit when another person of another race is objectively attractive.
That's what I'm saying.
Every single race, there are people that are drop dead gorgeous. There's not a baddie of any other race I wouldn't take now. And even Clavicular, who's supposed to be their new face of Looksmaxxing, says Marlon, a man who is mixed looks more attractive than him. What if I told you though, there's a guy that's even more extreme than Clavicular, and his name is Andrew Maxer. Now look.
See, now this is what I'm talking about, bro. If you're maxing, this is how you should look. There's no other way I'm trying to look. If I'm smashing my whatever with hammers, this is what I'm trying to come out like. It's the nigga chin! That's what I want to hear every time I step into a room. And if you're not saying that, I'm not Looksmaxxing well enough. It's clear as day.
Looking at his face, you may be thinking,
motherfucker looks like he drinks peanut butter through a straw.
his name is Andrew Maxer. Now looking at his face, you may be thinking, did I misplace my bike seat somewhere? Did Quagmire come to life and become Looksmaxxer? But nah, this is really him and a real human being. AI couldn't make up something like this. Andrew, from what he said, has been training his jaw for 3 straight years to meet some type of perfection. And he uses anything to get his jaw as sharp as he can. If chewing some tree branches gets him there, he'll do it in the name of Looksmaxxing. It's assumed by people that his account is satire and he doesn't actually mean it. He does have some pretty goofy videos poking fun at himself. But with how his jaw looks, I wouldn't be surprised if he was genuinely doing this stuff and joking about it. Looking at his jaw myself actually puts mine in pain.
No,
there's
seriously.
people out there for some reason who want a jaw like him. Looksmaxxing to me reminds me of Hollywood plastic surgery, where celebrities end up getting one, then go down spiraling on a path to get more to be fulfilled. Except with Looksmaxxing, people will do even more to get their look, even if that means taking drugs. Anyways, that's gonna be it.
I mean, you know that dude that freaking takes blood from what his son to look super young? Like that's like a form of Looksmaxxing, isn't it? Right? He's trying to look what 20 years younger. You know that guy? I don't remember this. Oh man, hold on. Here he is. Looks like a freaking vampire. This multimillionaire entrepreneur infused himself with blood from his 17-year-old son in a quest to stay young forever. Brian Johnson, a 45-year-old biotech founder, hopes to rewind the clock of his body a few decades through a program he started called Project Blueprint. That's just like I don't understand why you want to live forever, to be honest with you. Like once your time is done, you should be done. You should stay healthy, don't get me wrong, but yeah, there's levels to this Looksmaxxing shit, bro.
Let me know how many of y'all mogged me in the comments. It shouldn't be much. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.
Pigvid. After this, I will be taking the M word to get my jaws